Leafcutter ants in action, the superorganism at work. Deep within the tropical forests of Central and South America, one of nature's most sophisticated societies operates with remarkable precision. Leafcutter ants, those industrious insects seen carrying green fragments many times their own body weight, represent far more than simple foragers. They constitute a superorganism, a collective entity where millions of individuals function as a single, coordinated living system that has perfected agricultural practices millions of years before humans even existed. The sight of a leafcutter ant trail resembles a verdant highway, with workers marching in perfect formation, each bearing a carefully cut piece of leaf held high above their heads like green parasols. This iconic image has earned them the nickname parasol ants, but the true marvel lies not in what we observe on the surface, but in the extraordinary civilization that thrives beneath the forest floor. The architecture of a living city. Beneath the earth lies an engineering marvel that rivals human achievements. A mature leafcutter ant colony excavates a subterranean metropolis that can extend 30 feet deep and sprawl across an area larger than a tennis court. These underground cities house between 5 and 8 million inhabitants, all working in perfect synchronization. The nest consists of thousands of carefully constructed chambers connected by an intricate network of tunnels, each serving a specific purpose in the colony's complex operations. The architecture itself demonstrates remarkable sophistication. Ventilation shafts ensure proper air circulation throughout the nest, maintaining optimal temperature and humidity levels crucial for the colony's primary industry, fungus cultivation. Waste management chambers isolate refuse from living areas, while specialized nursery chambers provide controlled environments for developing larvae. This organizational complexity emerges without blueprints, managers, or conscious planning, arising instead from the collective behavior of millions of individuals following simple chemical and tactile cues. The agricultural revolution underground. Contrary to common assumption, leafcutter ants don't eat the leaves they harvest. Instead, they practice a form of agriculture that predates human farming by approximately 50 million years. The leaf fragments are carried into the nest where smaller workers meticulously clean, cut, and chew them into a pulpy substrate. This processed plant matter becomes the growing medium for a specialized fungus that exists nowhere else in nature except within leafcutter ant colonies. This fungal crop, scientifically known as Leucoagaricus gongulaphorus, has evolved in partnership with the ants over millions of years. The relationship represents one of nature's most successful examples of mutualism. The ants provide the fungus with optimal growing conditions and a steady supply of fresh plant material, while the fungus produces specialized nutrient-rich structures called gongulidia that serve as the ant's primary food source. The agricultural system requires constant maintenance and shows remarkable sophistication. Worker ants continuously tend the fungal gardens, removing competing fungi and bacteria, adjusting moisture levels, and pruning the crop to maximize productivity. They even produce antibiotics from bacteria living on their bodies, which they apply to the gardens to prevent disease, a biological pesticide system that evolved eons before humans discovered penicillin. Division of labor, the caste system. The superorganism's efficiency stems from an elaborate division of labor among physically distinct castes, each optimized for specific tasks. The largest workers, called majors or soldiers, possess powerful jaws capable of cutting through tough plant material and defending the colony from threats. Their heads alone can be 100 times heavier than those of the smallest workers. Medium-sized workers, the medii, perform most of the leaf cutting and carrying. They select specific plants based on their suitability for fungus cultivation, showing surprising discrimination in their choices. These workers can carry leaf fragments up to 20 times their body weight over distances exceeding hundreds of meters, navigating complex terrain with remarkable agility. The smallest workers, the minims, tend the fungal gardens and care for the developing brood. Some minims exhibit a peculiar behavior that demonstrates the colony's sophisticated response to threats. They ride on the leaf fragments being carried by larger workers, defending them from parasitic flies that attempt to lay eggs on the exposed ants. At the heart of this society lies the queen, a massive individual up to 1,000 times heavier than her smallest daughters. After a single mating flight early in her life, she can live for over 20 years, laying millions of eggs and serving as the sole reproductive individual for the entire colony. Chemical communication networks. The coordination of millions of individuals requires a sophisticated communication system. Leafcutter ants have evolved a chemical language of extraordinary complexity, using pheromones to convey detailed information throughout the colony. When a worker discovers a particularly suitable tree for harvesting, she lays down a chemical trail leading back to the nest. This trail doesn't merely indicate direction, the pheromone concentration communicates information about the quality and quantity of the resource. Different pheromones trigger different responses. Alarm pheromones mobilize defenders, recruitment pheromones organize foraging parties, and queen pheromones regulate colony reproduction and maintain social cohesion. This chemical communication network functions like a colonial nervous system, allowing the superorganism to respond collectively to opportunities and threats. Ecological impact and resilience. Leafcutter ants profoundly influence their ecosystems, functioning as ecosystem engineers that shape forest composition and nutrient cycling. A single colony can harvest up to 500 pounds of vegetation annually, making them one of the primary herbivores in neotropical forests. Their selective harvesting influences plant community composition, while their extensive excavations aerate soil and their waste deposits create nutrient-rich patches that support specialized plant communities. The resilience of these superorganisms is remarkable. Colonies can recover from devastating events, adjust their behavior in response to environmental changes, and even engage in warfare with neighboring colonies over territory and resources. Their success demonstrates the power of collective intelligence emerging from simple individual behaviors, a principle that has inspired human technologies from optimization algorithms to robotics. Lessons from the superorganism. The leafcutter ant colony challenges our understanding of intelligence and organization. Without central planning or conscious coordination, millions of simple individuals create a complex, adaptive system capable of agriculture, architecture, and social organization that parallels human civilization in many ways. These superorganisms remind us that nature's solutions to complex problems often emerge from the bottom up, through the interaction of many simple components rather than top-down design. As we face our own challenges of coordination and sustainability, the leafcutter ants offer profound lessons. Their 50-million-year-old agricultural system operates without depleting resources, their cities function without producing harmful waste, and their societies thrive through cooperation rather than competition. In watching these remarkable insects at work, we witness not just the power of collective action, but a model of sustainable civilization refined over millions of years of evolution, a true superorganism demonstrating that the whole can indeed be infinitely greater than the sum of its parts. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos.